Pat, are you going to be late again today?
Yeah, I have more work to get finished and it all has to be done tonight. What's going on with you?
I just wanted to talk with you about your mom.
Is this about her messing with you again? Did I not tell you before that I think she's just a little confused about you?
Well, you did, and that's what I've wanted to think about how she's treated me. But I really do think she's doing it all intentionally, and she knows it.
Why do you think that? Did she say something to you this time that confirms it?
Well, your mom came over to the house again. And when she came into the house, she threw out my cooking and then left.
What? She threw away your cooking?
Yeah. She told me that it tasted bad and that the ingredients must be spoiled. But all of those things are what I bought at the store just yesterday, so I'm not sure that could be the case. I think if anything, all the food I had cooked with was in better condition than it usually is. Better quality, I mean.
I'm so sorry about her, Deanna. If throwing away your own cooking in your house is really bad, I'll talk with her about all of this.
You don't have to talk with her about it just yet.
Why not?
She might only become worse with all of this because of you getting involved. And this might just have to do with her being a bit stressed over something lately.
I see.
Really? I'd love to know why she started to act this way towards me. We weren't ever extremely close to one another before, but I was sure we at least respected one another and were on good terms.
That's what I thought as well. Whenever you met with her, you'd both always have normal conversations together. Are you sure there wasn't something that happened that caused her to start picking on you?
I'm a bit worried right now because I don't remember anything that could have started this. Do you think I said anything wrong to her, or has she said anything to you about me?
You're talking about my mom, right? To be honest, she hasn't spoken to me much lately.
It could be anything that you've noticed with her behavior towards you. Just give me something, please.
I'm not kidding when I say that her and I don't talk that much right now. She might ask me about what I'm doing during the holidays and about if I want to go out to eat with her at all. But those have been the only things recently.
Could this be about how I'm planning on going on a vacation with you this coming holiday? I wonder if she's upset that we didn't invite her on it or something.
You think that'd be a good enough reason for her to start messing with you? If she really wanted to come along with us, then she probably would have said something to me already.
But there has to be something I did wrong that started all of this from her. I never assumed she'd be the kind of person to pick on me like she is now, Pat.
That's why I'm kind of doubting that she was ever really nice to you in the first place. Has she been acting a bit rough around you since the start? Before she started to mess with you a bunch? You can be kind of thick-headed at times, so perhaps she's always been a bit rude around you, and since you've never noticed anything, she's had to escalate things.
I wonder if that's what's going on here. But I seriously don't remember ever being treated by her in a bad way, nor ever doing anything to upset her before.
That's why I wonder if she's upset that you didn't notice yourself doing anything wrong. Normally, people don't just start to pick on others without good reason for it. I don't want to say that my mom is being a bad person right now, but saying that she's just picking on you for the fun of it makes her seem like a real monster.
Well,
I think there was something that happened that you never noticed, Deanna, and that's what all started all of this. And I guess my mom never really got over it like she should have.
I really have no idea what could have happened, though. Seriously, what did I do to her that made her this upset with me?
I don't want to tell you this is a lot, but you don't have to get all down because of this, all right? Even if you did do something she didn't like, it doesn't make you the bad person, and she's the one that's decided to escalate things and make it all worse. Just stop thinking so much about it, and I'm sure she'll get over what happened with it with time.
Fine.
If you feel that you can't take it anymore, just let me know. I'll make sure she quits all that crap. And if she still doesn't, then we could just cut ties with her.
Thank you, Pat. But I'm going to think a little more about this in case there is something I can come up with. Also, without explaining any of this to her, can you ask her what she's been thinking about me?
Sure thing. Is it alright if I stop by her place on the way home from work in a few days? She has been asking me to come over and have dinner with her after all.
She wasn't asking me to come along as well, right?
Yeah, sorry about that. She told me not to invite you along for dinner. Do you want me to stay away from her instead? I'm not going to be upset by that.
No. Go right ahead and have dinner with her. You might be able to figure something out about what's going on between her and I then.
All right. Then in a few days I'll be late coming home again.
That's not a problem at all. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time talking about all of this while you're working.
No worries. I'm going to be too tired to talk about this when I get home anyway, and we'll probably go right to sleep. So, this was a good talk to be had. Anyway, I'll be home in about 3 hours.
All right, good luck with your remaining work then. And be careful on your drive home. Pat, I can't do it anymore. I've really had it happen to me this time by your mom.
Huh? What did she do to you now? I need to know right now.
I was all relieved thinking that today your mom wouldn't be coming over to the house to see me. And so I thought it'd be a good time to leave the house and go shopping for a bit. So right as I was opening the door to leave the house, I saw that my flower bed had been devastated. There's even trash thrown all around it.
Are you talking about the flower bed off to the right side of the house that you've been raising all of your beautiful flowers in?
Yes.
Do you have evidence of my mom being the one that ruined all of them? It's not that I don't trust what you're saying or anything. It's just that anyone can get into that flower bed, even animals.
But the thing is, the spade that your mom uses all the time is still sitting in the flower bed.
Her spade? Are you talking about her favorite one with the yellow handle?
Yes. All the times I've been over to her house before, I've noticed that spade leaned up against the fence to her garden.
So there's no mistaking it was her this time then?
I don't think so, Pat. I love looking at other people's flower beds and gardens, so I was able to remember the exact spade she used. I can't confirm that this is the exact spade she had at her house, but I know for a fact that it's the exact same style.
I see. When I finish up with work today, I'll head over to her house and have a look. I want to ask her about all of this.
All right.
Are you going to be okay?
There have even been all those times she's come over and thrown my cooking away. I didn't mind too much all those times, but the fact that she's trashed my flower bed has left me feeling really bad. I just want to lay down and cry right now.
I'm sure you do want to. Even those flowers that you never thought would blossom ended up showing their colors recently, right? That was your number one hobby, raising those flowers, so this is a huge shock for the both of us.
Yeah. Why did it all have to come to this now? If she's going to take things this far, why not come up to me and tell me what the problem is?
I'm sorry. I wonder if this has something to do with me. I know you told me before not to do anything about her, but not doing anything about the way she's been treating you had bothered me. And so I told her a little while back that you had started a part-time job.
A part-time job? I'm not working any sort of job right now, though.
And that's why it's a lie. I was hoping by saying that you wouldn't be home most days anymore, she would no longer come over and mess with you.
I see. That's why these past few days she wasn't coming inside anymore.
Of course I never say anything to her about how she's been treating you poorly. I didn't want to mention anything about it and make things more worse for you than they already have been. But this has happened because of me. She probably thought she couldn't get inside the house anymore, and that's why she took her anger out on your flower bed.
Please don't feel like you're to blame, Pat. Thank you for trying to help me. Recently, I haven't seen or heard much from her, so for a little while, your plan of telling her that lie to leave me alone had been working. I was actually quite happy because of it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, you did all of that to try and help me feel better, right? Seeing that you'd lie to your own mother for me makes me so happy.
I see. Well, that's good. But what she's done this time to you will not be forgiven. If she really is the one that ended up destroying your flower bed, then I'm not going to stay quiet anymore. I'll be allowed to talk to her with all my strength then, right?
You can go right ahead. I don't want to keep trying to resist her attitude anymore either.
All right then. I'm going to be home from work again a little late today.
But if you're going to have a word with her today, then I should probably go as well, right?
I still haven't been home to have a look at the spade myself yet. So I'd like you to stay there in case she tries to run back over there and take it. Allow me to talk with her first, one-on-one, please.
Will you be all right, though? Make sure to keep your cool, okay?
I'll do my best. I'm sure I won't be feeling any better about all of this right away. But I hope me saying something to her about it would help you relax.
Well, I'll head out shopping then, and while I'm out, I guess I'll buy a bunch of new flowers to plant. I guess for a little while I can look forward to creating a whole new flower bed.
Please do that. You need to take a break and just enjoy yourself today, all right?
Thank you, Pat. Well, I'm going to head to the store now. Do you want me to still make dinner for you, just in case?
You can make something small for me, all right? Just prepare a salad or something.
Sounds good. Well, good luck with your mom today. Gail, good morning. Do you have a few minutes to talk? Sure, why not? What's going on with you, Deanna? I wanted to talk with you about what happened yesterday. About what happened yesterday? I heard from my husband that you asked for him to divorce me, correct? Huh? You talked with him about that? Did you actually think my own husband would never talk to me about something like that his own mother asked of him? Well, listen. Are you trying to act as though you've been up to nothing this whole time? You were never this rude to me months ago, right? So why are you being a complete jerk to me all of a sudden? I heard from him that for a while you never really seemed interested in someone like me being his wife. But that does not give you any right to start picking on me or start asking him to divorce me. Hold on, Deanna. What the hell are you talking about right now? What the hell am I talking about? I'm talking about everything you've been doing to me this past month or so. This is all about how you don't like something about me or what I did, and that's why you've started to pick on me like a bully. But I want to know what you mean by all of that. I have not been messing with you, no way, no how. And when it comes to you personally, Deanna, I do like that you're my son's wife. I'm not the one trying to do anything to hurt your relationship with him. If anything, what you're doing right now is what's going to ruin things in this family. What? If you've already heard from him about how I recommended he divorce you, then I might as well tell you everything. My son Patrick, well, he knows about everything you've been up to, Deanna. He knows about everything I've been up to. You don't have to play stupid with me anymore. You have been trying to make my son take really scary medication and have been feeding him weird foods, right? Excuse me? He's told me for months now that you've been feeding him bad things and it makes him feel awful. Things like having diarrhea and getting really bad headaches because of what you give him to eat. He came to me asking for help and wanted to know what it might be that you're giving him to eat. Also, there was a time that he brought some of the food you cooked over to my house. And when I took a bite of what you made, my stomach started to ache. I haven't been making anything bad for him to eat. Is that the reason you've started coming over to my house a lot more often recently? And you were throwing away my cooking because you thought I was putting some kind of drugs in it? That's right. I hated having to throw away what could have been such good food. But I'm not going to let you feed my son things that we have no clue about. Gail, I really have not been putting anything bad into the food. I've been eating the exact same food as him this whole time. I know I don't really have a way of proving that to you right now, but Patrick has told me plenty of times now that you carry a lot of medication with you. I do happen to have a lot of vitamins that I take every day, but nothing that's any kind of medication. Especially not something I'm going to make him take either. I don't even have anything in the medicine cabinet that would be causing him to have diarrhea or anything like that. Then tell me about how you hit him. What? I'm talking about what happened about 2 months ago. You caused him to have a pretty bad gash on his head after that. He told me that you hit him in the head with something hard and heavy. Now that you mention it, there was a time when he hurt his head pretty badly. But that had nothing to do with me being the one that hit him. From what I heard from him, he said that he had a bad fall at work and that's how he got that nasty cut. What are you talking about? Gail? Well, can I ask you about what happened to my flower bed being destroyed then? Are you talking about that flower bed you put a lot of your time into caring for? That's the one. Well, I wasn't the one that destroyed it, if that's what you're trying to say. But the spade that you're always using to work in your garden was in my flower bed. I have been looking for that spade for the longest time now. You found it? I've been wanting to use that. Wait, something's not right about all of this. That's what I'm thinking. Something feels a bit off by everything that's been going on here. Deanna, I think both you and I should talk a bit more about all of this, huh? You were telling me about what happened with Patrick coming over to my house yesterday to talk to me, but I only ever called him. How about you and I figure out what's really going on here and what's gotten into my boy? Pat, I want the both of us to go separate ways. I'll be the one to leave the house, okay?
Huh? What's gotten into you, Deanna?
I think you're the one that knows best why I want to leave the house. I've had enough of you and can't take it anymore.
Have you been picked on by my mom again? I'm sorry, Deanna. I really wonder what she doesn't like about you. And causing all this trouble for you over something she won't even talk to us about.
That's not it this time. It never was because of her, actually. This is all your fault, right? Telling your mom lies about me to get her to not like me? What have you been wanting, Pat?
Huh? You're saying I'm the one at fault?
I talked with your mom.
You actually talked to her? I thought we talked about how you should be the last one talking to her about what's been going on, right? We knew that she would never want to talk with you, and it will only make things worse, right?
No, actually talking with her solved a lot of things for the both of us. We both realized that it's all because of you that her and I have grown so distant from one another.
I don't think you should believe anything my mom has tried to tell you. She is probably just trying to get you to cut ties with me, and that's why she wants me to seem like the one who has done all this to you. I bet she did a pretty good job at making me look like the bad guy as well.
Your mom is furious about you right now.
What?
I'm with your mom right now, so I know that for a fact. She's been at the house with me helping me get all my things together so that I can move out. And all of this talk about your mom you've been saying, she's been having a look at as well. So would you stop lying to us? You've told her plenty of times now that my cooking has caused you to have stomach aches and headaches, right?
Deanna, you have it all wrong. I was just talking with her about some things, and she may have misread the situation. I've had a lot of work recently that I've had to stay late for, right? I think the stress of work has really been taking a toll on my body. I'm sorry, I should have given her more context on why it was happening.
It's far too late to be giving excuses like that. It's been a week now since I've started to talk to your mom about you, so stop trying to break out of this one. This whole week, her and I have been looking a bit deeper into you. You've been cheating on me, right?
What?
You happen to have become great friends with a coworker that's a lot younger than you, it seems. I really should have seen this coming. You thought by having your mom and I fight like this, you could get me to leave you, right? Well, nice work, because I will be leaving you, in fact, but only after I tell you how things are going to end for us. I saw that your next plan of attack to get her to hate me more was putting some detergent in the flower bed to kill my new flowers, right? And by doing so, I would blame her because this is the kind of laundry detergent that she always uses. You must really want this divorce badly then, huh?
No. You have it all wrong, Deanna.
I'm going to get a settlement from you as well as from your little girlfriend. I'm also aware that you've been going to hotels with her when you're supposed to be on business trips, and I have evidence of all that as well. I'm going to send that evidence to your company for you.
Deanna, hold on for just 1 second. I made a few mistakes, so I'm seriously sorry about all of that.
Oh, I already know you made some mistakes, and that's why I hate you now. Must have been so fun for you to look at me when I was sad about what I thought was your mom picking on me because she hated me. And when you destroyed my flower bed, how did that feel, ruining my favorite hobby? You could see that all those things were starting to get to me and your mom, and that's what made you happy about approaching the finish line, right?
I was never happy about any of that.
Well, if you weren't, then how could you have done it all? All those nice words you said to me when I was down to try and make me feel better were all lies. And while you were lying to me about how much you cared, you were working to make your mom even more upset with me. I am such an idiot for believing in someone as horrible as you, Pat.
All right, I'll break up with my coworker. So can you please stop trying to get a divorce from me?
Would you pull yourself together? Do you actually think I want to continue living with you? You lied about how I was doping you up on medication and that it was causing you to have diarrhea. You should be happy to hear that I'm leaving you now.
I'm sorry, I really messed up this time. I'll do anything you ask me to, as long as you just don't tell my company. Please, Deanna.
Well, look at that. Even now, you're more worried about yourself over anything else that could happen. At this point, all those apologies you're making sound like lies to me. So I'm going to help you finish what you started and get that divorce from you. After that, I was able to divorce my husband just like that. Also, I brought all of this up with the company he was at, and they fired both him and the coworker he was dating for both having a relationship within the company and for staying at hotels together during business trips. But it appears that I wasn't the first to recognize a lot of this, as many people at work could see him slacking off at work to be around that coworker, and would see the two of them head out a lot on business trips together, even though only one of them was asked to go. I'm sure had Pat been a decent employee within the company, they would have just cut his pay or maybe transferred him. But I'm thinking that the reason the two of them were fired is because they both brought nothing more to the company besides added weight. After that took place, Pat was told by his family that they no longer wanted any part of him, and as for his girlfriend, her family found out and forced her to come back home to them. Those two ended up becoming nothing so quickly, and the last thing I heard from Pat was that he didn't know what to do with his life anymore. But him saying that to both his mom and I was the wrong crowd to go talking to about that, because we both acted like we'd never heard a thing from him after the divorce. I do hate to see him like this, because I still have some feelings for him even after what happened. But soon those will fade away, and I'll no longer be in the pain I was in when with him. Pat was able to pay me the settlement in one lump payment, so I no longer have to worry about it. But I do like to think about how life is for him now. I'm sure it's not going great for him, but I'll never wish that he lives the rest of his life as a low-life loser, so perhaps someday he'll turn things around and find himself another woman. But I want that all happening somewhere that's not even close to me in my new life. As for myself, I was able to find a new job after the divorce and have started a new chapter in my life with a completely new world to live in. I'm not over everything that happened to me then, but I'll say my heart feels a lot more at ease after leaving Pat. And when it comes to Gail, I haven't left her like I left her son, instead often inviting her out to cafes with me so we can chat more. We'll sit down and drink coffee or tea while talking about how things have been recently. Like we're both good friends. I may not have ties to Pat anymore, but I'll always keep the ties I have to someone who I can call a friend. And I'm going to make sure, with a friend like her, that the two of us adjust perfectly to this amazing life with no Pat in sight. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.